Okay, and hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our webinar tonight, our very special webinar tonight. Tonight, we're talking about how to learn new skills quickly and effectively. So I'm very excited for tonight's webinar. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited to learn how to learn new things quickly and effectively? If you can hear me and if you can see me, please say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing. And di ba sabi kanina I guess intro screen, what skill do you want to learn? Because we're talking about learning new skills, di ba? So what is it that you want to learn? Michi, good evening. Hello. Rosario, she wants to learn bookkeeping, email management, social media. Good evening, Prince. Mary Joyce, bookkeeping. Chona, bookkeeping. Mitzi, social media. Hani, bookkeeping. Precious, good evening din. Mitzi, digital marketing. Mao, social media management. Jen, media. Hello, Vivian, you're watching from Davao. I'm over here in Cebu. Kamusta mo diyan sa Davao? Marivic, good evening. Norman. Ivan, hello, watching from Baguio. Aside from social media, also want to learn email marketing, Facebook ads, chatbot, and ClickFunnels. Dami naman ito, Ivan. Jacqueline, good evening. Melai, good evening. MV, good evening. Bookkeeping daw. Helen, social media and graphic. Millet, email management and bookkeeping. Kenneth, email. Sherry, data and translation. Ayan, dami. Beatrice, bookkeeping. Joey from Plaridel. Hello, Joey. Lourdes. Aubrey, good evening. Mitchie. Hello. Jacqueline. Mahar, good evening. Chona, nice to have you here. Annie, Sel. Hello, MV. Hello, Millet. Imperial, social media and email marketing. Taking a short break from work to see this. Kahit may work na dapat continue. Continuous learning palagi, di ba? Denise, social media. Marichu, hello. CRM, bago, CRM. Annie, social media. Bernie from Pampanga. Mary from Santo Tomas. How to start an agency. Joey, advanced na yun. Hello, Micah. Hello, hello, Jacqueline. Hello, Lenny. Sheena, Annie, Vivian. Mao. Mitchie. Hello, Facebook ads, email marketing, social media. Raymundo wants to learn social media and graphics from Santo Tomas. Jeremy, ang daming social media tsaka graphics, no? Updating website, bookkeeping, social media, digital marketing, email. Annalyn, good evening, magandang gabi. Mayang gabi sa inyo, ha? Mel from Kainta. I'm doing my first ever resume after 9 years. I want to focus on accounting and bookkeeping. A lot of people want to learn accounting, bookkeeping, social media, graphic design. We have some good news for you later, towards the end of this webinar. Wag muna, wala namang spoilers. Let's not spoil the ending muna, okay? Pero we have some good news for you later as we close this webinar. But first of all, no matter what it is that you want to learn, it's good if we can learn things quickly, di ba? A lot of you guys are over here. Maybe you're enrolled in the bootcamp, maybe not yet enrolled in the bootcamp, maybe you're not going to enroll in the bootcamp, pero we're all here because we want to learn something new, di ba? We want to learn a new skill, especially in today's world now we're working online. We have to learn new skills talaga. I think it's very, very important. Because even ako, 9 years of freelancing, I still learn new skills. I'm still looking forward to learn new things. And today, I want to talk about how we can learn them, number one, quickly, but also effectively, na magagamit natin. Hindi naman quickly tapos makalimutan natin agad, di ba? Effectively in the way that we'll be able to use these skills in whatever we're trying to do. Is that something that you guys want? Do you want to learn yung skills na sinabi ko kanina? Is it something you want to learn quickly? Is it something you want to learn effectively? Yes or no? And if not, you can just alis lang kayo sa webinar. Just kidding. But yeah, that's why we're here. Now, a couple of things. Our coverage for today, we'll just go over what we're talking about, why you should learn new skills quickly and effectively, the 4 stages of learning, and of course the ways to learn new skills quickly and effectively. And this is whether you're somebody who's new to freelancing, new to learning, or even if you're somebody who has a lot of experience. These tips, what we're going to talk about today, will still be very helpful for you. It'll be very helpful for you. Ako, para sa akin, it's very helpful. So yes, we're gonna give you some tips. We're gonna give you some ways. We're gonna give you some steps on how you can learn new skills quickly and effectively. Denise, excited siya. Oh, graphic design din. Denise, Christina, Helen. Oh, yes, yes. How about everyone else? Do you want to learn how to learn things quickly and effectively? Say yes in the comments. I want you guys to be excited about learning new things. Learn how to learn. That's what we're here to do tonight. Learn how to learn quickly and effectively. So say yes in the comments. Let's get excited about learning something new. And to add to that excitement, we have a giveaway. Everything we talk about today, we have it in the PDF. It's a summary which will help give you the steps and help you proceed in the different stages of learning so that you can become an expert. So we have the 4 stages of learning and the steps to proceed from every single stage. And dami na yes. Oh, excited. Pao, Jacqueline, Millette, Sherlyn, Jane, Eileen, Marivic, Mahar, Erica, Bernie, Micah, Imelda, Angeline, Meriden, Sel, Beatrice, Anna, Mary, Marchie, Win, Prince, Kay, si Ana to diba? Frozen, Denise, yay, Raymond, yes, MC, yes. Okay. So we have this giveaway, guys. And yes, thank you for sharing. Part of it is sharing this. We want you to share this with other people, even if they're not going into freelancing. If they're trying to learn a new skill, especially, you can tag other people, share this with them, because we're talking about learning new skills. And part of getting this, I'm going to give you the instructions later on how you're going to claim it, but part of it is sharing it. So please share this with others, and let me know that you shared it in the comment section. Okay, now, first of all, why do you want to learn new skills quickly and effectively? Learning, it's a lifelong. Learning is a lifelong pursuit, right? We're continuously learning. We're continuously adding to our skill set. Maybe it's because your client has given you more things to do. Maybe you're looking to get your first job. Maybe you want to increase your take-home pay, diba? And those are all valid reasons why you want to learn new skills. Maybe you want to be an asset to your client and their business. You want to be able to provide more. You want them, and then you can get paid more, diba? You want to have flexibility in your career options and navigate the ever-changing job market. Maybe you're currently a virtual assistant. Maybe you want to learn other skills so that you can expand. You have flexibility. Learn copywriting. You learn graphic design. You learn bookkeeping, so that you have that flexibility. Especially nowadays, na pabago-bago yung mga offers, pabago-bago yung mga technology, diba? That's coming out. Maybe you want to shift to a different niche with higher potential income, and you're concerned about the learning curve, diba? Like a lot of you guys mentioned, you want to learn so many different things, right? Social media, ads, copywriting, bookkeeping, pero may learning curve, right? We all have that learning curve, and that's scary. It's scary and exciting at the same time, but it's a challenge that we have to face, is facing that learning curve, right? Or lastly, maybe you want to learn something new because you want to convince your client to give you more tasks and pay you higher for your services. Or walang number 5 dito, pero baka you're still looking for your first job online, and that's why you're learning. You're still in that beginning stage of learning skills. So which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Which one are you in? Out of these, hindi ko nalagay yung 5, pero out of these 5, in which stage are you in? Sige, let's. And which reason pala? Which reason parang resonates with you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, see, Raymundo 5 first time. Newbie still looking for the first job. Denise too, looking to change, looking for change in your freelance career. Prince wants, also looking to change, higher income. But yeah, there is that learning curve. Nakakatakot yung learning curve, diba? But it's there. New skills to increase your rates. Sherlyn, Hannah, Christina, Rachel 3, shifting to a different niche. Helen 2, flexibility in career options. Si Venture din. Win, looking for that first job. Vivian, flexibility, Janice, Tay, 3. Thank you guys for your comments. Meredith, 4. Mel, 1, to be an asset. Mitzi, 5, your first job. Millet, 2 and 3, flexibility and wanting to shift. Ayun. All of you guys have different reasons. Baka your reason's not even here. You can put it in the comment section. But we have different reasons. No matter where you are in your freelancing career or your business career, we have different reasons for learning. But we're all here because we want to learn new skills. We want to learn them quickly. We want to learn them effectively. And part of that is understanding that there are 4 stages of learning. There are 4 stages in this learning process. Let me walk you through these stages one by one. Okay. First is what we call unconscious incompetence. Okay, so unconscious, conscious, unconscious. Conscious meaning aware ka, unconscious meaning hindi ka aware. Incompetence meaning hindi ka magaling. Competence means magaling ka, di ba? Stage 2 is conscious incompetence. Okay, so first of all, stage 1, di mo alam, tapos di ka magaling. Di mo alam na di ka magaling. Stage 2 is conscious incompetence. Alam mo na di ka magaling. Stage 3 is conscious competence. Alam mo na magaling ka. And stage 4, unconscious competence. Magaling ka tapos parang wala lang. Ganun. So let's discuss these one by one. And let's give an example. First of all, we'll talk an example, a real life example, which relates to cooking. And then we'll talk about it when it comes to freelancing. Okay, so stage 1 is unconscious incompetence. That means you don't know that you don't know how to do something, right? You don't have the skill yet, and you don't understand you don't know how to do something, and does not necessarily recognize anything lacking because you don't need it. Okay? If you want to learn a skill, it depends on your willingness to learn. Here, parang you're not even aware. Maybe if you're in stage 1 when it comes to freelancing, well, you've heard of it, pero you don't even really know what it is. Most of you are past this stage now based on your answers here, pero maybe you have friends that they've heard about working online, they've heard about working from home, about freelancing, becoming a VA, pero they don't really know. They've heard about it, but they don't even know what they don't know. Ito yung unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. Okay, may work from home, pero I don't even know anything about it. I don't know what I don't know. Okay, so let me make it more real. Okay, so example is cooking a meal. You've never experienced cooking a meal. Your mother did it for you before, or you always eat in the canteen in school or at work. You don't know if you can do it because you've never tried it. You also don't really care because you think that you don't need to, not yet. Pero right now in the pandemic, parang you have to learn it, pero you don't know where to start. Parang ganun, let's say you're trying to cook, you want to cook fried chicken, pero you don't know where to start at all. So you don't know what you don't know. And some, maybe in freelancing, are you here in regards to your freelancing? Parang it's very, wala kang alam. You know that there's freelancing, you know there's work from home, virtual assistant, pero you don't know anything about it. Is this you? Stage 1? Say stage 1 if you are in stage 1 when it comes to freelancing. Sige, stage 2 means conscious incompetence. This is when you know that you don't know how to do something. You know about it, so you know that you don't know the skills. You're still learning how to do it. You don't recognize or know how to do the skill, but you recognize that you don't know. This is the most difficult stage. It's also where learning begins, because now you have an idea. When it comes to cooking, parang stage 1, wala ka talagang idea. Stage 2, okay, you know about boiling, you know about frying, you know about simmering. Parang you have an idea na. May konting idea ka na, conscious ka na of what you don't know. So here, a lot of mistakes also are going to be made during this learning process. So when you're cooking, you need to do it. Diba? This is stage 2. It's lockdown, you tried to cook for the first time, no one would do it for you. You learn that cooking's not for you. So you know that you can't cook because you tried and you failed. Pero here, you're aware ka na of what you don't know. Aware ka na, okay, I have to add, I've seen people on TV add oil and then put things in the oil and then magically they get cooked. This was me before. When the first time I was working in Manila, I was on my own, and then I tried to cook chicken. Okay, I tried to cook fried chicken. So ginawa ko, I got chicken from the fridge, and then I know you have to coat it, diba? So I put coating, and I put the flame on maximum. So, para, I wanted to eat. I was hungry na, so I wanted to eat right away. I put the flame on maximum, I put the chicken in, and after a few minutes, ayun, parang golden brown na yung labas. So I took it out. And when I cut it open, there was still blood inside. So I couldn't eat it. And this was parang, I already knew what I didn't know. Okay, I don't know how to do this. I know that I have to learn this skill. I know I have to learn about frying. Okay, so may konting alam na ako nun na I had to learn about frying. Okay, this is stage 2. Baka you're in stage 2. Let me know if you're in stage 2. This is when you know parang may idea ka, you know what you don't know. Yun, conscious incompetence. You already know that you don't know about VA, that you don't know about social media, that you don't know about applying online. So, aware ka na of the things that you don't know. Ako, I became aware that I didn't know how to fry a chicken. Ayun. Baka may experience kayo na ganito. Third stage is conscious competence. Conscious competence. And this is when you know that you know how to do something. So, going back to stage 2, this is the most difficult stage. It's where the learning begins because may idea ka na where you want to go. May idea ka na, okay, I have to learn this specific skill. This is where you make a lot of mistakes. This is the toughest stage actually. And then when you move to stage 3, this is when you become competent na. Okay, you've already learned, you're past stage 2, you were aware, stage 2, aware ka na hindi mo alam, so you learned, you increased your skill, you enhanced your skill. Stage 3, aware ka that you know how to do it, you know how to do something, but it takes effort. Meaning consciously you have to do it, meaning nakafocus ka when you're trying to do it, you're working hard in it, you're not an expert, kaya mo nang gawin dito, pero hindi ka expert. This is when your confidence builds up and you start to see a good level of practice. And here, practice makes perfect. So, same, cooking a meal. You failed many times. That was stage 2. You're failing, you're learning. Here, parang, okay, I know how to do it. Competent na ako. I cooked an egg, I cooked a sausage, and then makain ko na. I'm competent. Di ako expert, di ba? Pero I'm already competent. You can make something like this. Your fried egg's not perfect. Scrambled, okay naman yung scrambled. Madali lang naman yung scrambled eggs. Pero, yun nga, it requires effort, right? It requires effort. Like, kailangan nakafocus ka, kailangan nakatutok ka when you're cooking. Or maybe when you're doing a skill, maybe when you're doing social media, okay, I can do this, parang kaya mong gawin. Pero, you're not yet confident. You kind of know na kaya mong gawin, pero di ka expert, of course. You have to focus on it pa. Okay, parang when you're making a graphic, you have to focus on it pa. And then, once you're done with that, once you build the confidence, once practice makes perfect, stage 4 is medyo na perfect mo na. You know how to do something. It's second nature to you. It's easy for you to do without any effort. And here you can teach it to others na kaya mo nang ituro sa iba. Because this is where you can do it, and this is without any effort. This is what we mean by unconscious competence. Competent ka, you can do it. Unconscious, kahit di mo naisipin. Even if you don't think about it, even if di ka aware, parang you can do it, di ba sabi nila, you can do it with your eyes closed. One good example, aside from cooking, of course we have, cooking example muna, kasi ito yung example natin. So, cooking a meal during the pandemic, you cook every meal of every day, given, you have confidence, you try it on your own na, kaya mo nang, you can, even without looking in the recipe book, you can get the ingredients, you get basil, you get paprika, you get, yung sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, and mix them all together, and you can cook something that tastes decent. So, di mo na isipin, you don't put effort na, parang natural na sa'yo. Okay? Who here is in stage 4? Who here is in stage 4 of a certain skill? Now, one good example is driving. Okay? Even riding a bike. Okay, riding a bicycle. Or driving a car, whatever, driving any kind of vehicle. Like, when you're first driving, parang you have to think, you have to be very aware of everything. Diba? Conscious competence, you have to be aware of all your surroundings, parang your side mirrors. Nasa bike, parang you have to try to balance. Stage 4, unconscious competence, when you get in the car, like, when you're driving, diretso na, automatic na. You look at your side mirror, you turn left, you look at your side mirror, you look at your rear view, and then you can even talk to other people. Kapag stage 3, conscious competence, kaya mong gawin, pero if somebody talks to you, madi-distract ka, di ba? Parang ganun. Same with biking, di ba? Once you're stage 4, you don't even need to think about balancing kasi unconscious na. That's unconscious competence. You don't need to think about it anymore. Okay, who here is stage 4? Now, actually, most of us are in stage 4 in a certain area. In a certain area, we are in stage 4. Ako, when it comes to cooking, feeling ko stage 4 na ako, ang galing ko, di ba? Or driving, stage 4 na ako because I can do it without thinking. Pero in other skills, I'm not yet stage 4. Like in marketing automation, I'm still stage 3. In Python programming, I'm still actually in stage 2. So in different kinds of skills that we're learning, we're in different stages. Sabi ni Joey, stage 4 in general writing. Ayun. Sige, let me go back. Let me go over the comments here. Scrolling up. Ayan, thank you for tagging Narben. True sir, ang sarap ng feeling, just got my certificate. Inabot man ako ng almost 5. Most still happy talaga. Nice. Starting from scratch. Parang ako stage 1, I want to start but I don't know where or how to start. That's stage 1. And you can check out our free VA course. If you're in stage 1, check out the free VA course. That's my advice for you. Para may idea ka, makaka-idea ka. 1 and 2 pala ako, Sir Jason. Good afternoon, watching here in Abu Dhabi. Don't know if I know enough. Parang stage 3 na yun, di ba? Stage 2, stage 3 ka, Vivian. As of now, I want to start but I don't know when and where to start. Stage 1. Mga stage 1. And then if you guys are in stage 1, baka somebody can comment. Let them know. Mavic, Vivian, BM, Marie Chris. If you're in stage 1 when it comes to freelancing, check out freevacourse.com para makaka-idea kayo ng kahit konti. Stage 3, stage 2 pa ako. May idea but kabado, afraid na magkamali. Di ba? When we're aware pa, di ba? And when we transition to stage 3, parang ayun, you know, you can do it. Stage 2, you're still making mistakes. Stage 3, kaya mo nang gawin. Probably stage 3, I can do it, but I don't know if what I know is enough. Parang stage 3. Stage 4 are my strengths, diba? We have strengths. Okay, now, just to recap so far, we had stage 1. Now, when it comes to freelancing, diba? Here, sa next slides pa pala yung freelancing. Pero stage 1, you don't know that you don't know how to do something. Parang wala ka talang idea. You've heard about freelancing from home, pero wala ka talang idea. Stage 2, conscious incompetence. You have an idea that you don't know how to do it. So you know what you don't know. Stage 3 is you know what you know. Stage 4 is that you know something, second nature na to you. You don't even need to be conscious about it. Okay, so from newbie to expert, what are the ways needed? So a newbie will learn a skill quickly and effectively, and we'll talk about that over here. Now, here, ways to learn the new skills quickly and effectively. Let's go over every stage here. Depending on what stage you are in, we have different tips, different parang to-dos for you, and this is where you can take a lot of notes here if something is going to resonate with you. So going back to the 4 stages, stage 1 is the one we're going to talk about right now. Unconscious incompetence. You don't know that you don't know. Okay, so when it comes to freelancing, okay, here is when you're exploring and learning about freelancing in general, kind of the niches in freelancing in general. So someone who's in stage 1 is a newbie, super na newbie na wala talagang alam pa when it comes to freelancing. What are the ways that she can learn quickly and effectively? Okay, so we have some tips over here. First of all, pick a skill to learn. Pick something to learn. Do preliminary research. Actually, baka preliminary research should be first. Third, believe you can learn the skill. Fourth, stop believing the talent myth. And fifth, give yourself a deadline. So let's go over these one by one. First of all, let's preliminary research dapat pala first. So ito, well, first you do research before you pick a skill. So you do research before you pick a skill. You do research, you learn about freevacourse.com. You learn okay, this is what freelancing is, and then once you do your initial research, that's when you pick a skill. You pick a skill, and you pick a skill, and you learn that skill. Okay, you say, okay, I want to learn how to become a virtual assistant. Okay, and then this is what you learn. Okay, I'll pick this and I'll learn it. But how you're gonna say, I want to learn how to do bookkeeping. You pick it, and that's what you focus on. You pick it muna. So first step is make a choice. Yeah, well, you learn muna, maybe I'll learn bookkeeping, maybe I'll learn social media, maybe I'll learn graphics, maybe I'll learn Fiverr or Upwork or something like that. Pero you choose muna. Choose what you want to learn. Second is you do research about it. I want to learn about bookkeeping. Let me do some research about it. Let me Google. Let me read some blog posts about it. Okay. Next is believe that you can learn the skill. And this is a challenging step. Believing that you can learn the skill. So you have to. You have an idea. Okay, I want to learn bookkeeping. Okay, I know na this is what's needed. And next, you have to believe it. Yeah, you have to believe na kaya mong gawin. And you should stop believing the talent myth. These things go together, believing that you can learn the skill and stop believing the talent myth. Because the talent myth states that someone is born with a special talent that makes him extraordinary. And that's well, this is false in our sense. But when it comes to, let's say, basketball or something, diba? Some people are just born like that, diba? Pero when it comes to learning skills, if you want to learn bookkeeping, if you want to learn social media, if you want to learn graphic design, you can learn it. You can learn it. It might be challenging for you, but you can learn it. I wasn't born knowing how to do Facebook ads. Ako, galing ko ngayon sa Facebook ads, pero I wasn't born na galing ko na sa Facebook ads, right? I had to learn it. I had to face the challenges. I had to, first of all, pick that I want to learn Facebook ads, do some research, believe that I could learn it. I had to tell myself, sige, kaya ko tong gawin. I had to stop believing na, some people, na I couldn't do it just because I was facing challenges. And then give yourself a deadline. And this would push you. What's important about the deadline is this pushes you. Now you have to do this by a certain date. Rather than saying na, sige, I'll learn it kapag may oras ako, diba? Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we think that na I'll do it kung may oras ako. Pero give yourself a deadline. Say, I have to learn these things step by step by step, okay? Some people are in stage 1. If you have any questions, let me know, okay? If you have any questions, let me know what your questions are, because, we want to help you out here. For most of you guys, based here, stage 2, stage 3, diba? Most of you are stage 2, stage 3. Pero yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Face without action is dead. Stop procrastinating, diba? And, believe that you can learn the skill. Parang you have faith in yourself na, diba? Well, this is sa Bible din, diba? Pero also when it comes to ourselves, believe, have that faith in yourself and take action, diba? Give yourself a deadline so you will take action. Rather than say, kaya kong gawin. Pero next week na. Diba, next week ko na, tapusin ko muna yung crash landing into you. Crash landing on you, into you. I don't even know what the correct one is. Pero, ganun, diba? Meron kong madaming skills, pero average ka sa lahat nun, best talaga is to pick one to enhance that skill para mag-excellence ka dun. Thanks to this webinar. Okay, great to hear. Yeah, you pick one. You have to, I know that feeling na ang dami mong alam, pero if you want to really excel in something, if you want to get paid higher, you have to pick something. Hindi pwede lahat, diba? You can't eat all the different flavors of ice cream. You can choose more than one actually, pero choose one muna, master muna before you choose your second flavor. Say, not a good analogy. Second stage 2 is conscious incompetence. You know that you don't know how to do something. Okay, you already know. So this is when you start studying. Okay, so in stage 1, you are learning, okay, ito yung different things, ito yung different skills that I can choose from. Stage 2, by the time for you to transition to stage 2, you already picked the skill, you did your research, you believe you can learn it, and you gave yourself a deadline so that now you study an online course. Kahit free course, kahit paid course, but this is where you start learning the skill. You can enroll in a paid course, you can look at YouTube videos, you can look at blog posts. Hindi naman kailangan course actually. Pwede mga blog posts. But here is when you're actually learning the skill. Okay, so how do you proceed here? How do you progress in this stage? First of all, you set aside space and time. Okay, set aside space and time. Second is have everything set out. Third is have a goal for each practice session. Be in control of the learning process. Fourth, find out how you learn best. Fifth is look for the discomfort zone. Sixth is beware of the need for instant gratification. 7th is practice. That's consistency. 8 is go long, meaning trust in the process. And 9 is give a new skill a minimum of 8 weeks. So yeah, I'll see if there are any questions here before I discuss these in detail. Louis from Bulacan. Hello, Joey. Joey, don't stop piling. Pahamak talaga ang mga K-drama. Kaubos oras. Helen, amen. Good evening, watching from Tris Marites. Nice. Through niche do ika nga. Ikaw lang, historical na. Watching from Bukawe. Can we use our chosen online freelancing skill to sell your passion online? Why not? Can you give me a more concrete example, Ivan, of what you mean? But why not? Diba? Why not? Like, if you can use your freelancing skill in your own business, then why not? If you like guitar and you want to teach people how to learn a guitar, or you want to sell your own songs, when you learn freelancing skills for that. That's what I did. I have different businesses, and the things I learned as a freelancer, I apply them in my own business. First time, thank you for joining. Nazri from Nairobi, thank you for joining us. You understand Tagalog because we have a lot of Tagalog here. Okay lang as long as you don't spend 12 hours a day watching. Yun yung ginagawa ko dati. Kaya wala akong nagagawa sa learning ko. Yun pala tagal mo, Joey. Tagal mo natapos course. 12 hours a day ka pala sa K-drama. Niche down here nga. Can I use this virtual assistant as a financial advisor? Yes, surely. You can. Why not? And then you can combine the two to make an offering of like virtual assistant for financial advisors, diba? So you can combine. This is one thing that's great, is that you can combine these skills together to make something new. Just like in cooking, if you mix things together, you come up with something new, diba? You mix water and egg, you get egg soup. Ganyan naman kanina, egg soup, diba? So same thing here when it comes to your skills. Okay, let's go over these tips here. So if you're in stage 2, a lot of you guys mentioned that you were in stage 2. So I'm going to give you the tips here so that you can learn faster and more effectively. Okay, first of all, very important, set aside space and time. Setting aside the physical space or area where you can learn your skill will help you focus. Allocating time in your schedule also helps. Okay, and for me, this is one of the most important things. Okay, space and time. And I talked about this. I was interviewed earlier. Jing Dalagan interviewed me in her Jingcast, so you can check her out. She asked me about the important things when transitioning from like working from an office to freelancing. And for me, having that separation. When we're first freelancing, when we're trying to learn a skill, or we're trying to do work, it's very hard to focus because there's no separation. There's no separation of work versus home, right? And when we go to an office, usually it's easy to separate because when we're in the office, work. When we're at home, home. Pero when we're working at home, it's very different. So we have to have that separation somehow. First of all, you can do it with time. Okay, you can do it with time by allocating time. Like Joy said, 12 hours a day. K-drama. You have to allocate time and say, okay, from this time to this time, I should be working. I know na cliffhanger yung last episode ng I don't know what else is on Netflix right now. Well, Cobra Kai, watched it recently, but I have to get to work, diba? I have to get to learning, diba? So you set aside time, and when you are like watching Netflix or spending time with your family, then you don't think about work. So you have to have that separation. You create the separation because wala kang physical separation, because you don't go to different locations. You have to create that separation with, number one, time. Create a separation with time. Second is space. If you have a specific space that is just for work, you set it up, it's just for work, then that is your workspace. When you move out of your workspace, you're at home na. Pero when you go to your workspace, that's your workspace. So it's parang you have to train yourself. Parang aso, diba? You train them. Sit, stand up, ganun. Pero our brains are like that. We have to train ourselves. We have to allocate time. And if you can allocate a space, even better. And once we get used to it, we can build a habit. Now we trained our brains. Na once we're there, once it's a certain time, we're learning, we are working. Ayun. Next is, teka lang, my speed is okay naman yung I saw some people saying buffering. Okay naman yung connection ko, so it's probably your guys. Okay, second is have everything set out. Okay, so plan everything and put a deadline to it. Laying out what you need to do helps speed up the learning process. So this is part of the previous step. You know, make things easy for you. Na you don't have, like, if you're planning to learn, you prepare now. You prepare your notebook, you prepare your ball pens, and prepare your water, your snacks. Have it everything set out para when you start the process of learning, you start watching videos, you don't have to get up and, oh, ay, nakalimutan ko, I should get my ball pen, diba? And then you mess up the process, you mess up the flow. So have everything set out, and so that you have that continuous flow. Next is have a goal for each practice session. Okay, so you have a mini goal, okay, for each practice session, for every time that you are learning something, for every time that you're practicing something. And achieving it, it'll motivate you to continue learning the skill quickly. So once you say, okay, I'm going to finish this video, or I'm going to learn this skill on this date, on this time. And these are mini goals to help you out. Okay, this gives you more motivation. Same thing when you're working, you have mini goals for your tasks. Matatapos mo yung tasks, it gives you that motivation. It helps you keep going. Next, be in control of the learning process. Okay, so find out ways on how you learn best. We couldn't include it in this presentation. I don't think we could have had the time. Baka we could have, pala no. But there are different kinds of learners. There are different kinds of learners. I'll go back to this later if we have time late at the end of this. Pero you can be an auditory learning, meaning you learn by hearing. A visual learner, you learn by seeing. Or a kinesthetic learner, you learn by experiencing, or you can be a combination. May mga combination tayo dun. And find out how you learn best. Find out how your brain works so that you can parang hack your brain to learn in the best way possible. And everyone is different. Kaya this is for your own learning process. Ako, sometimes when I'm watching a video, I stand up, I walk around while watching a video. Because if I'm just sitting down, sometimes I space out and I get bored. Makakatulog ako. So what I sometimes do is I walk around. I stand up and walk around. When I'm watching, usually, of course, I'm standing up. I'm not sitting down. Because when I'm sitting down, I get bored and I fall asleep. So I'm a kinesthetic auditory learner in that way. So find out what works for you. Okay, that's just an example there. Next, look for the discomfort zone. When you're learning the skill, if you're not outside of your comfort zone, you will not learn anything. If it's parang so easy for you, then you have to push the level, parang increase your level of difficulty. And you have to look for something that's harder, right? Just like this is also the same when working out. When you're working out, if you can do it, you're not going to improve. If you're still in your comfort zone, you're not going to improve. So look for the discomfort zone. Look for what's difficult, what's challenging. Here you're in the state of conscious incompetence. Incompetent ka pa. So if you are comfortable in your being incompetent, wala kang matutunan. So you have to it has to be scary when you're learning. It has to be challenging, it has to be scary, it has to make you uncomfortable. Otherwise you won't be improving. Okay. Next, beware of the need for instant gratification. So instant gratification is a term that refers to the temptation and resulting tendency to forego a future benefit in order to obtain a less rewarding but more immediate benefit. Ayan, so this is na beware, so be patient, in other words. Okay, don't get instant gratification. Sometimes we get very impatient na you're learning something, it takes time, and then you think, ay, wag na lang, I'll learn something else because it's easier, right? I'll learn it because it's easier. Beware of that need for instant gratification. As people, as human beings, we have that parang need inside of us na to get like instant noodles, instant coffee, to get things instantly. Pero it's much more rewarding. Plus, you can get paid more. You can earn more money if you put in the work. If you are patient. Practice. Next is practice. Part of this, being patient, but you have to practice. Keep practicing consistently, deliberately, all the time. Go long. When you really want something, you do everything to get it. If you want to be a freelancer, you trust the process and learn, eventually you'll be good at it. So here you follow the process. Okay, this is part of being patient, right? You follow the process. You've seen other people do it, right? You've seen other people succeed. You know that these are the steps that you have to do. Pero because sometimes we're looking for that instant gratification, we give up, we stop. Keep going. Okay. Next, be in control of the learning process. I mentioned this earlier na pala. Next, give us a new skill a minimum of 8 weeks. Okay, a minimum of 8 weeks, because things take time. You know, if it doesn't mean that on your first try you won't learn it all, you have to give yourself a break, and don't forget to return to learning it. Remember that it takes 21 days to form a habit, according to like a lot of sayings and research. Actually, yung 10,000 hours thing to become an expert, right? So, and I think it's 1,100 or 1,000 hours to become okay, to become competent. And it'll take, basically what I'm saying is that it will take time. Okay, given you skill a minimum of 8 weeks. In stage 1, you've already committed. Now you're going stage 1, you've committed. You've done the research. You've committed to learning a new skill. Give it 8 weeks. Is what I'm gonna say here, because the first 1, 2, 3, even 4 weeks, you'll feel like you're not making progress. You'll feel like giving up. You feel like it's no use. Pero once week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, once that time comes in, then that's when you'll see the progress. Okay, when you're learning a new skill, it'll be very frustrating parang for the first half, or even more for other people, or more depending on the skill. But give it like 8 weeks for you to learn something new. Okay, let's go over the comments here. Yes, there is a replay. I think people are having internet issues. What niche can you suggest for an HR practitioner like me who's very new to VA job? Michi, have you looked into, well, you can become a VA pretty easily. You know the admin stuff. Or you can even be focused on HR, focused on hiring. That's what some people have done. Mahirap pala talaga pag multitasking. Mahirap talaga multitasking, Joey. Especially like when you have family, tapos you're trying to work at the same time. You have to have that separation talaga. I have one journal notebook where I write down everything, ideas, notes, and I have a specific notebook for each course I'm learning. Wow, nice. Ayun, different learners: visual, oral, verbal, kinesthetic. I think out of your comfort zone. Always think out of the box if you want to be strong. You will not improve if you always want things to be instant. Instant gratification is totally my habit. Yeah, so you have to beware of that combination of learners here, depending on the situation. Okay, now most of you guys are here, diba? You said you're in stage 2, right? So I want you to pick one of these things. Should have said this earlier, but I want you to pick one of these tips. Okay, now you're going to practice. Okay, that you're going to remember, that you're going to practice. Why just one? Because if you usually pick more than one, you're gonna forget and ma-overwhelm kayo. So just pick one muna out of all these things I mentioned, so that, and then remind yourself of it. Okay, what's that one thing? Keep it in mind. The thing that makes the most impact with you, the thing that you're gonna keep remembering throughout the rest of these weeks that you're learning a new skill. And yeah, just remember that one thing. Baka you can type it in the comment section if you've already identified that one thing. Let me go back to stage 1 para may guide kayo dito. And then while I read the comments, and I'll scroll through, or you can choose your one thing. There's still more in stage 3, but if you're still in stage 1 or stage 2, choose it now. This gratification, combination of learners. Joan, what about logistics and customer service? What can you recommend? VA, well, for most people, I really recommend VA, even in your situation. If you want, you can do customer service again, pero a lot of people I talk to, Joan, na they've done customer service before, ayaw na nila. So if gusto mo pang gawin, very easy for you to become customer service again. Otherwise, you can do VA work, because communication between like logistics and things like that's also a very good opportunity for you. CT, ako super sakit sa ulo ko yung gusto kong lahat aralin in digital marketing. Pick one, diba? Stage 1 pa lang, pick one. Yung ayaw ko ng katawan ko, pero go pa rin mind ko, ha? Yung laging excited ako sa pwede ko pa patutunan kahit pagod na ako. Pero beware of the need for instant gratification, diba? As we're saying here. And when you're learning a new skill, don't give up on it, for like 8 weeks. So, especially in digital marketing, ang daming possibilities, diba, CT? So yun, baka you guys have chosen your one thing that's going to stick with you. If not, then we'll move on to stage 3, which is conscious competence. You already know that you know how to do something. Not yet an expert, pero this is when, when you, in stage 3, you've already getting clients. This is when stage 1, you're learning about the niches, learning about yung introduction, basics of freelancing. Stage 2, you've already, you've enrolled in the course, or you're watching videos, you're reading blog posts, you're practicing. Stage 3, here you got your client na. So this is where you're building your conscious competence. You looked for clients and you've got clients na up there. So what are ways that you can not just get clients, but continue to improve her skill when she has clients? Aim for good enough. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Practice, be held accountable, and get feedback from a mentor. Okay, so let's go over these one by one. First is aim for good enough. When we say aim for good enough, the saying here is done is better than perfect. You don't need to be perfect or immediately an expert for the skill. You just need to be knowledgeable enough to know the process and its criticalities. You just need to know enough to submit the work properly to a client. Okay, so aim for good enough. Done is better than perfect. Okay, don't try to make things perfect. Here, conscious competence. Here, you're putting in effort. Pero when you try to make things perfect, the chances are you're gonna be wasting time. So aim for good enough. Especially kung andito ka pa sa conscious competence, meaning you can do it, pero may effort. You can do it, pero kailangan ka mag-focus, right? Aim for good enough. And so many people are guilty of this. I remember somebody told me that they wanted to submit their work. They finished it in 2 hours, pero they were reviewing it for 6 hours. Parang ganun. Have you experienced that? Pero if they submit their work, it's the same. They didn't change anything in the 6 hours of reviewing it. So aim for good enough. Next is don't be afraid of making. Also online, especially online, time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. When you're writing a blog post, when you're creating an ad, when you're working on a presentation, when you're submitting research, time is very important. Time is a lot of the times you can make mistakes as long as you submit it quickly. Mistakes are okay, but being late isn't, for a lot of the work that we're doing. Okay, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Failing is learning. Okay, when you fail, that's part of the learning process. I talked about this yesterday on my 5 Minutes to Happy. We improve by learning from our mistakes, and no one was born expert, like I said earlier. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Aim for good enough. Part of that, yeah, you will make mistakes, and it's okay. That's how we learn. Practice, practice, practice. Still continuing to practice. And when you make mistakes, you take responsibility for your own actions. You own it. You own it to your client. Get feedback from a mentor. If you can get a coach, you can get a mentor. Maybe even if you're in the boot camp, you can get one of your classmates, or maybe your client can give you feedback, can help you answer questions. The community can also help you, right? Maybe it's not a mentor na baka classmate mo lang sa VA bootcamp yung mentor mo, di ba? Pero get feedback from a mentor, because it's have that back and forth, that two-way communication. It's different talaga when you're looking at the work from a third, parang bird's eye perspective compared to if you made it yourself. Usually, ang mangyari is when we're reviewing it on our own, is we're too critical because we're aiming for perfection. We're too critical. We think, ay, ang pangit nito. Pero when somebody else looks at it, okay naman to ah. Okay naman yung report mo. Okay naman yung graphics mo. So, get feedback. Sometimes it's other problem na you think, oh, ang ganda nito, pero when you submit it, di pala. So, it's very important to get that third-party feedback because you're only looking at it from one perspective. Someone else would look at it from another perspective. Looking at the comments here, ayun, practice deliberately 2 hours daily for writing 500 words for copywriting as much as possible. Same time daily para para maging routine and habit talaga. Oo. We are training ourselves. That's what we're doing, though. We're training ourselves. We're pushing ourselves to learn. We're getting out of our comfort zones. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Paano kung client is not satisfied? If the client is not satisfied, then it depends. That is a challenge. Most of the time, in my experience, it's the freelancer who's not satisfied. It's the VA who's not satisfied. If the client is not satisfied, either the work isn't that good really, and then that's when you get feedback from a mentor. Dito, diba? Last step here is you're getting feedback from a mentor. Sometimes we have clients that are very, very picky, na masakit sa ulo ng clients. I've had clients like that, and you don't want to work with them. So try to figure out which one it is. Get feedback. Try to get feedback from someone else or like a mentor, and then you can figure out if you need to go back into stage 2 maybe. Go back into the steps in stage 2 to learn to become competent, or do you need to let go, look for clients that are not like that. Sana may VA mates na ma-add. If you join the VA bootcamp in the course, you will have mga classmates, especially if you join the Hustle Challenge. That's where a lot of people find friends, actually join. Okay, once again, if you have any questions, let me know. So we're done with the first 3 stages. Stage 1, unconscious incompetence. This is where you don't know what you don't know. You learn about it. By stage 2, conscious incompetence. Here is where you should practice. Maybe you enroll in a course. Maybe you watch YouTube videos. 3rd is conscious competence. Okay, you're applying the skill. Now you have a client. You're already applying the skill in your work. Stage 4 is unconscious competence. Here is you know how to do something, and parang second nature na siya. So this is where you increase your rates. Once in stage 3 you have a client. This is where you can get a client. You have a client. You continue working with a client. When you move to stage 4, when you can do it with your eyes closed, this is where you increase your rates. This is where you charge yung expert na rate. Being an expert after the sought after skills, you can demand what rate is worthy of your skills and time. All the ways needed to learn a skill, you're already an expert here. And now you're stage 4 in a certain skill, you're increasing your rate. You go back to stage 1 for a different skill. You go back to stage 1 for a different skill because you're expanding, you're continuing to grow. Even in programming, there are new languages to be learned, new systems to be learned. So you go back to stage 1 in something different. Okay. But in stage 4, here's where you can increase your rates. Here's where you can go from, let's say, $15 an hour to $25, $30, $35 an hour. Okay. So we talked about the why you should learn new skills quickly and effectively. The 4 stages of learning: unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence, diba? And the ways to learn new skills quickly and effectively. See, now to get this giveaway, the 4 stages of learning, the PDF, which has all the tips we mentioned, what I want you to do is share this webinar on your wall, type in shared in the comment section, and then fill up the form vabootcamp.ph/learning so that you're going to get the PDF copy, the 4 stages of learning a skill. I'm going to send the PDF copies on September 5, okay? I'll send them on September 5 for everyone that's watching here. Even if you're watching the replay, you can still get it, basta before September 5, alright? So vabootcamp.ph/learning. Now, I mentioned earlier for you to choose one thing. I've only saw a few people comment and let me know what is the one tip na they learned. Okay, what is the one tip that I want you to just to choose one thing here, okay? Choose one of these things. Well, this is in stage 1. I went back to stage 1. Choose one thing. I'll go over all the tips again, but I want you to choose one thing. I want this to have an impact naman. Wag lang kayo attend ng webinar, pero take something home, take action. And for you to take action, the first step, choose one of these tips. And then remember which tip it is. Baka write it down, print it out, and keep reminding yourself of it. The one that made the most impact. So these are the ones for stage 5. I'll give you mga 10 seconds to go over them, okay? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ay, sorry, October 5, not September 5. September 26 na pala ngayon. October 5. Baka those watching the replay will be confused. October 5, guys. September pala ngayon. Yeah, I'll send it out on October 5, not September 5. Sige, the second, I'll give you 10 seconds to go over here. I want you to choose one. Kailangan, you have to choose one of these things. Okay. Pick a skill, pick a skill. Believe you can learn it. Set aside space and time. Pick a skill. Okay, okay. And then the next one's here. And there's one more 10-second. I'll give you 10 seconds. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, okay. And then this one. The last one here. Okay. Sige, 10 seconds. Choose one. You only choose, well, don't choose one from each actually. Sorry, baka malabo yung instructions. Pero just choose one overall out of all of these. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ayan. Okay, okay. Great. And then let me go back to this. Okay, the instructions on how to get the PDF guide. Share this on your wall. Go to this form, fill out the form, and then I'll email you the PDF copy on October 5. Hindi pala September, October 5. Pick a skill. Believe that you can learn. Pick a skill. Give yourself a deadline. Ayun. Look for the discomfort zone. Be in control of the learning process. Focus and set schedule. Have a goal. Practice. Go lang. Practice, practice. Have everything set out. Practice, practice, practice. Done is better than perfect. Be in control of learning. Be held accountable. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Aim for good enough. Get feedback. Oh, get feedback. Very important. Practice. Ayan, ayan. Pick a skill. Look for the discomfort zone. Beware of instant. Dami naman ito. DG. Oh, kailangan remember lahat, ha? Okay, so at least one thing is what I want you to choose. And the reason why I'm letting you type it, the reason why I made you just choose and write it out, because I want you to remember it through these next few weeks, especially as we're learning new skills. Diba? Earlier I asked you what skills you want to learn. Well, we're going to be learning new skills in the next 2 months, starting with here. So we have our gear up for 2021. Ang bilis, no? It's almost the year 2021. Bilis ng 2020 dahil sa pandemic. Well, it's going to be the 4th quarter now, October, November, December, right? So next week, we're entering the 4th quarter. We'll start off with our first webinar. We have 4 webinars in October, 4 webinars in November. Wala akong pahinga, thanks to Mahar. And we have all these different skills that you can learn. So no matter where you are, diba? You said you want to learn these skills. We have your social media, we have your e-commerce, we have graphics, we have Photoshop, we have bookkeeping. Walang nag-mention ng Amazon seller, walang nag-mention ng SEO, pero we have them here. So yun, here you're going to get some free learning webinars, free skill webinars for you guys to learn new things. Okay, so remember that. Remember the tip you mentioned earlier, especially as we come into these next 2 months of learning new skills for 2021. And this webinar series is for you to increase your skills, okay, for the upcoming year. And we won't keep these on the page. We won't keep the replays on forever. This will be put for the students only. Right now, you can access them for free, but later on, you'll have to become a student if you want to get the permanent recording of these webinars. Okay? All right. Yun. So these next few weeks will be very busy, and hopefully you'll be learning. You'll be learning new things. Questions, we already had that. Ayun. So never stop learning, right? We all, everything we do in life, we never stop learning. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and practice, practice, practice. All right. Quick plug about the VA Bootcamp. We've had so many successful students. We have so many of their stories. Here are just some of them. Ayun, we have call center worker, mom, former OFW, now with her family. Si Jessa is now with her family. Leora used to be a healthcare professional, and now she is a freelancer. Si Jessa, I went to school with her sister. She used to be a jobless homemaker with her husband. Now she is a happy freelancer. Si Christian, bullied noon, and then now happy as a freelancer. Si Nestle, after 10 years, she quit her corporate job and she's working online. Mon, call center agent, and then now he's makes enough money to be YOLOing his life. Ayun. Francisco, and we have so many stories. I won't go over all of them, but these are some of our success stories of the VA Bootcamp. So we do have, of course, we have these free webinars. Pero if you want if you want to get better at your skills, if you want more clients, and if you want higher rates, and you want that guidance, you want those step-by-step tutorials, I encourage you to join the VA Bootcamp. Here's just some testimonials. Sabi ni Brian, sobrang ito ng VA Bootcamp sa akin. It's more than just about learning the technical aspects of being VA. It's also about the practical applications in the real freelance world. He started at $5 an hour, and then he was able to have clients at $17 per hour. He said the VA Bootcamp is my best investment. Sabi ni AJ Madrid, the VA Bootcamp is worth buying. For newbies, this course will help you save much time because all the steps that you need to know about freelancing is being discussed here. Also, this course was my stepping stone to achieving 100,000 peso per month in earnings. So she is able to earn 100,000 pesos per month with the help of the VA Bootcamp. So if you want to check it out, maraming testimonials, but we're over time na. If you want to check out the VA Bootcamp, go over to vabootcamp.ph/enroll. You can enroll in it. I saw somebody mention that shit. Thank you, Erica, for enrolling. Yes, it will be worth it. Para sa akin, it's very much worth it. I'm not just biased. Practice, thank you. Practice, give yourself a deadline, get feedback. Ayun. Aim for good enough, and read the comments here. See if may mga questions. May na-mention pala kanina na SEO. Okay, so meron pala. Yung wala lang yung Amazon, pero everything else na-mention na pala. Very important yun. Thanks so much, me as SEO. Nag-mention, may nag-mention pa. Gear Up, October 24, Amazon seller. It definitely is worth it. SMM, SEO, SMM. Which one are you most excited about? Teka lang. Which one are you most excited about in here? Let me just go back here. You guys are excited to have these webinars. Let me know which one you're most excited about. Don't forget to attend. Baka you can attend all, or if you don't attend all, just the one maybe you're most excited about. Joey, got hired 3 days after finishing the course. Pero tagal mo natapos na yung course, diba? Kasi nag-K-drama, sabi mo kanina. Exciting yung upcoming webinars. Thank you for the good work. Thank you for attending. Thank you, Najri, for you're welcome, of course. Okay. Thank you guys for attending. I hope you keep in mind that tip for you to learn new skills. We're ending the year very soon, diba? We're ending the year very soon. So it's time to gear up for 2021, learn new skills as we enter 2021, the year 2021, so that we can, get more clients, increase our rates, and have better careers and lives as freelancers. Thank you so much, guys, for attending, and have a great Sunday. Bye-bye. Don't forget, last. Don't forget to fill up the form so that you can get the giveaway, which I'll send on October 5. Bye.